This is a video about my experiences taking a course yesterday, a course for teachers in foreign language teaching. I have been a foreign language teacher since 1990. I got my start as a student teacher. I was a substitute teacher for my neighbor who turned out to be my mentor, one of my mentors. I had two very important mentors. She was an English teacher. She was recently in the United States living there and studying there. And when she went back, she decided to start teaching English as a side thing that she did because she was going to college to become a history teacher. To make a long story short, one day she needed to go out of town and she needed somebody to substitute her. I was fresh out of high school and my English was always one of my best subjects, and I spoke with a fluency which I believe I still do, that is close to that of a native speaker. And she asked me if I would go and substitute her. I did, and I fell in love with teaching foreign languages. I want to say that that evening changed my life, and I am a foreign language teacher by trade. I have a master's degree, a bachelor's, postgrad in teaching English as a foreign language, in teaching English as a first language, English literacy from the University of Western Sydney. I have a bachelor in languages and literature from Brazil, which covers English, literature in English, Portuguese, and Spanish, which I took as electives, but they turned out to be the languages that I taught the most here in Norway when I first arrived. Now I've been in Norway for 20 years, off and on teaching all of those languages, but English has been the language I've been teaching for 32 years. Next year is my 33rd year. Alrighty then, so learningapps.org. We had this fantastic course with two amazing teachers who gave us tips on how to use learning apps, and I will definitely try these in my class. They are, let's do this. I hope it works. You can create apps and make your classes more interesting. For instance, this one here is it's a type of activity that students really like because it has a lot of visuals. You have pictures of different items of clothing and colors, which usually come together when you teach foreign language. And so here, for instance, you have una bufanda verde, a green scarf. So you have to basically find the items. It's kind of hard because there's a lot of it paired together. Let's try a different one. Okay, let's try un abrigo naranja. You have all of the items and you have to pair them together. But if you click on them, they will just be paired together with whatever you clicked. So you have to be very careful. Let's try this. Una falda roja. Heck, I can't get this to work, but I'm going to make my own. Here it is. So I'm going to do a set with clothing and colors. Vocabulario sobre ropa y colores. So I'm going to put together image and text. So you have the option of finding the images on here. They have a bank of images that you can find. So let me see. White t-shirt. Let me see if they have one. Oh, there you go. Here's a guy wearing a white t-shirt. All right, so I'm going to use this one. The text for it will be una camiseta blanca. Then I can do another one, image, and then I can search for, let's see, black dress, right? Everyone needs a black dress. And then I can write un vestido negro. Another one, image. Let's take shoes, for instance. Zapatos. Zapatos. Let me just do that and see what pops up. All right, great. Zapatos azules. I reckon those are zapatillas, which means sneakers. Zapatillas azules. I'm going to put one more and then I'm going to create it. All right. How about something red? A red belt, eh? I can find a red belt. Well, all right, let me just put belt and see what color pops up. Belt. I don't see any belts that... All right, I'll just go with the brown belt. Cinturón marrón. Cinturón marrón. All right, so I'm just going to call this. All right, there it is. Okay, so this with fewer elements is actually easier to work this. So then, there we go. Un vestido negro aquí. Una camiseta blanca. Un cinturón marrón. ¡Yay! Lograste dar con las respuestas correctas. Meaning you got everything right. Yes. All right. So I really enjoyed the fact that there are lots of different activities that you can do. This is just one that I did with Spanish. Although Mama is an expert in teaching English first, then Spanish, then Portuguese, but doesn't matter. So here you have German, arts, astronomy, biology, social studies. You have so much that you can do, psychology, mathematics. So it's a very neat application that I'm definitely going to be using. This was something new for me. I've been teaching for 32 years, as I have already said. But although there's very little that is new to me after 33 years, 7 of those getting my higher education, you just see a lot of the same, but there are different ways to work with the same activity. They talked about cooperative learning yesterday. They talked about different steps in which you can teach writing with a circle of learning, deconstructing texts and using the vocabulary, activating the vocabulary. I learned about cooperative learning in 1992. I taught for 12 years at a binational center, and at that binational center I learned so much, just as much as I learned at university, getting my bachelor's first. And later on, Cooperative learning appeared again in 1997 when I was getting my master's. My postgrad was in cooperative learning and total physical response. So it was really interesting to see these are still very relevant to what we do today. And I always have a blast at these things because I feel that you're always learning as a teacher. There isn't such a thing as a teacher that knows everything. You're always learning more things. So just wanted to share. Don't know if there is a good option for me to never mind, I blew this.